Hello everyone, Catherine here, and today I have a yoga flow for when you're not feeling well, for when you're tired, or for when you just really don't feel like moving. So we're going to be spending a lot of time on the floor. We probably won't stand up very much, if at all. I'm going to use a band to open through my shoulders. If you don't have one, you can use a shirt, you can use a towel, or we can just do it without it. So make your way down to a comfortable seat. I will get our time started. Here we go. So find a comfortable seat on your sits bones in the middle of your mat. Find a place where your hands feel comfortable, and we're going to start by grounding in and focusing on our breath. So we're going to take a deep inhale in, fill your belly, and exhale. Press out all of your air. This is called a diaphragmatic breath. Inhale and exhale. A great way to connect with our core. Inhale and exhale. Also an amazing way to ground into our body, to come back to ourselves when we've had a long day. So we're going to keep those inhales and exhales going throughout the practice. We're going to find a way to get comfortable, and we're going to start with some neck circles. So we're going to bring our neck to one side and to the other side. Back and forth. One more time, back and forth, and we're going to hold it on one side. Let the space on the side of our shoulder and our neck open. You can add a little bit of extra resistance on the side of your head if that feels good. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. Now we're going to look down towards our armpit. You can choose to put your hand down, to leave it here. This practice should feel good. That is the whole goal today. Now we'll look up towards the ceiling, still opening through our neck. Now a little bit more towards the front of our shoulder, even the front of our throat. And gently come back up. Make sure you're breathing and drop to the other side. Letting our shoulder fall away from our ear. If you struggle with that, feel free to sit on your hand. And if you feel good, you can add a little bit of extra pressure to the side of your head. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to look down towards our shoulder. Inhale and exhale. And up. Inhale and exhale. Back up to center. Now we're going to get some mobility through our mid, upper back. We're going to bring our chest forward and back. You might get some popping. As long as it's not painful, you are perfectly fine. This is a seated cat-cow, a really good option for people that might have sore wrists, so cat-cow on the ground doesn't feel too great, or a really good option for if you're seated at work and you just need to open through your upper back a little bit. And now we're going to change that into some circles. So really focusing on moving less in our hips and more in our middle to upper back. 2, last 1. We're going to bring it forward, look up towards the ceiling, and bring it back. And back up to seated. Hand comes down to the ground. We're going to come over and over. A good rule of thumb, if you're doing a yoga flow, if you're moving your body, move dynamically, or practice mobility, moving that joint through its full range of motion, and then practice some static movement, meaning holding the stretch. So we'll come back to the other side and hold. It gives your body a chance to adjust to the movement, gives you an opportunity to warm up a little bit, especially if you're doing this cold or you're not doing this after a workout, especially if you're not feeling well. Breathe in through the side and up and over to the other side. You can choose to look straight in front of you. You can look down to the floor. You can look up towards the whatever position feels the best on your neck. And bring that inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last time, inhale and back up to center. Now, same idea. We're going to twist, look over our back shoulder, and twist. Look over our back shoulder. Twisting to either direction. Twist and twist. We'll go one more to either direction. Twist and twist. And this time we're going to hold. Again, you can choose to look straight to the side if that feels better on your neck. You can choose to look down, or for a little extra stretch in the front of your neck, you can look back over your back shoulder. And switch to the other side. We are right now wringing out through our spine. We're getting some motion, so mobility through our spine, and finding what feels good. And one, come back to center. Awesome work. Now moving down from the back forward to the chest and our shoulders. So we're going to swim one arm back and swim the other arm back. Back and back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more on each side. And swim them forwards. Especially if you're not feeling well or you're not doing much other movement throughout the day, I think mobility is your best bet, just to get your blood flowing, to get things moving, whether it's physically or emotionally. You don't want anything getting stuck. Gets rid of that sticky feeling that can come if you're not feeling well or if you're having a difficult mental health day. 2 and 1. Awesome job. Now we're going to grab that band or that t-shirt. We're going to grab it from either side. We're going to bring it back and forth. Bring it back and forward. Only going as far as is comfortable until you get that nice stretch through your chest. Trying to keep the hands straight, so we don't want to be here. We don't want to be here. Just nice and straight. Last time, if that's a little easy, choke up on your band and come back. Inhale. You can lift your chin up towards the ceiling if that feels good. 2, 1, and bring it forward. Now we're going to take the band and we're going to do circles around our head in one direction. Circle, 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 and circle. Other direction, circle, 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 and circle. Beautiful. Bring the band down. Cross your arm across your chest. Look over your shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. And switch sides. Nice big open in the center. And look over the other shoulder. This is also great if you work at a desk and you're seated for a lot of the day, you're benched forward for a lot of the day. Just getting things moving either before you head into work or after you come back. Super great options. And bring our hands out in front. We're going to bring our hands in front of us. We're going to bring them down and up. Down and up. Stretching through the forearms. Getting mobility through the wrists. 2, 1. Circles inwards. And switch directions. 3, 2, 1. Bring one hand up. Pull back. And flip. Inhale and exhale. If you have chaos going on in the life around you, use this moment to ground down, to ground in, to take a moment for yourself. The chaos is not going anywhere, my friends. So we need to learn how to combat it with little practices spread out throughout our day that bring us some peace of mind and some joy, hopefully. Now we're going to take that band, we're going to pull and pull, opening up through one side of our chest at a time, and pull, pull, and pull. Last time, pull and holds. Getting a nice stretch through the front of our chest, and other side, pull and holds. Awesome work. Okay, shake it out. Get some circles, some figure eights. Find what feels good for a moment. Get back to that breath. Now our band or our shirt comes up overhead. We bend through our arm and we pull. So from the side, here's what I'm doing. Pull. And then I'm going to pull up and down. Up and down. Awesome work. Keep going. Up and down. Up and down. Stretching our tricep on the top arm and through our shoulder on the bottom arm. Now we're going to hold, pressing up, stretching through our shoulder, and hold, pressing down. Feel free to push your head back into your arm to help open through that entire side of your body. 2, 1, and switch sides. Hand comes up, grabs the band, other hand comes down, presses down towards the floor, get comfortable there, and then we press up and down, up and down. Again, you might feel a pop as long as it's just uncomfortable and not painful. We're doing good. Up and down, up and down. 2 more, up and down. Last one, hold, pressing up for a moment, stretching through the front of our shoulder, and hold, pressing down. 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Now we've done a lot with our upper body about to our waist, so we're going to move down to the lower half of our body, doing some transitional poses in between. Now we're going to come back to those circles, but we're going to make them nice, big, full circles, getting through our entire spine, articulating through every vertebrae, and switch directions. Excuse the chaos in the background. Sometimes that is just where you're at. 2, 1. Awesome job. Now we're going to come onto all fours. If this doesn't feel good, feel free to switch back to that seated cat-cow. Arthur, can you be a little quieter? We're going to open up and we're going to rotate. We're going to open up and we're going to rotate. 1 more. Open up and hold in that rotation, stretching through that mid-back, getting a little beginning tingly stretch through our hips. And switch sides. Hand comes up and under. We lift it up. We bring it under. Last time. Up and under, and we hold in this downward position. You might be feeling a nice stretch through the middle of your back, behind your shoulder. As long as there's no pain, that is all very normal. And come back to hands and knees. Now we're going to wag our tail. So our booty comes side to side, side to side. Now you can bring the upper body with it. So we're tucking on one side, stretching on the other. Tuck and stretch. Tuck and stretch. 2 more. Tuck and stretch. Last one, tuck and stretch. And now we're gonna bring it to a normal cat-cow. We drop our belly, look up, stretching through our core. Engage, lift back up through our belly. Drop through our belly, look up. Engage, look back towards our belly. Again, drop your belly, look up. And engage. Last time. Drop your belly, look up. Make sure you're inhaling and exhaling. And engage. Now we're gonna walk our hands forward and come into a puppy pose. So hands come forward. We stretch through our entire upper body. And we roll it forward, stretching through our hip flexors. We come back, stretching through our upper body. And we drop them forward, stretching through our hip flexors. Feel free to give a little wiggle on either move. And now we're gonna turn it into a little bit more of a flow. So we're gonna come forward and down, come back and up into more of a cat pose. Not all the way into the puppy. Forward and down, back and up. Last time, forward and down. Get a nice stretch and come back. Now we'll come off of our wrists. I'm gonna have you come back to sit on your ankles. If that doesn't feel good, feel free to switch positions. Let's check back in with our breathing. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a full deep breath in and out. Last time, take a full deep breath in and out. Beautiful job. Now we're gonna bring our feet down to the mat. Hands come back behind us. We're gonna drop to one side and the other. You can either bring your legs in unison or you can open them and then bring them over, whichever feels nicer for you and whichever feels better today. That can be very different depending on how you're feeling, what you've been doing. Back and forth. I hope everyone enjoyed the magnetiles falling down the stairs. At least it was magnetiles and not a child. We'll bring our feet into butterfly, lift our chest up and forward. Take a nice full deep inhale in and out. What I've learned about being a mother of 4 is that you need to make your own time, as I said earlier, and you need to realize that that time is not going to be perfect. Whether we like it or not, things happen, our bodies feel certain ways, and it just makes it really hard for everything to work out perfectly. So if you're a new mom, if you're a mom of multiples, and it just feels like things have not been lining up for you, try to take some of the pressure off and realize that it's never going to be perfect, but just because it's not perfect does not mean that it's not worth trying. You're doing amazing. You showed up, you're moving your body, you're stretching your body, giving it what it needs. Now we're gonna just bring our legs out a little further. This is more of like a diamond shape than our butterfly. And you can feel free to come forward. Make sure that you come forward with a nice straight back though. We don't wanna be coming forward like this. We're coming forward here. Beautiful work. Now we're gonna bring one leg out in front of us. The other leg comes and tucks in. I'll scooch back so you can see a little bit better. We're gonna inhale and come forward over this leg. Inhale and come forward over this leg. Switching sides, getting mobility through our legs and our lower back. Side to side. Now this time we're gonna come forward and we're gonna hold. Getting a nice passive stretch through our inner thigh so we're not pressing, but we're still feeling that nice full stretch. And come up, and you probably guessed it, we're gonna come out over this leg. Stretching does not have to be complicated. It just makes sure that we hit every part of our body, we move in the ways that we move in real life. We don't wanna be doing any crazy kind of stretch and up and over that you wouldn't see in real life. We want to stay within the movement patterns that our body is accustomed to so that we can move better throughout our day. And switch sides. So again, one leg tucked in, one leg straight out. Sometimes it's helpful to point and flex through your toe a few times, especially if things feel sticky. Then we're going to come over one leg and the other. Come over one leg and the other. Moving through our spine, articulating appropriately. Last time either direction. And hold, reaching over, feeling that nice full stretch through our inner thigh. And make our way up. Come forward over our other leg, making sure we're still having no pain through our spine. Staying nice and full and upright. We don't want to be here. This is not helping us. It's much better to come back a little, back off, and be right here. We're not stretching our egos today, so there's no reason to try to look a certain way in a shape. It's much more important that you feel good and that you're not hurting yourself and you're getting the most out of your stretches by coming into places that your body wants to be. And your body will let you know if you're willing to listen. Open and stretch. For 3, 2, 1. And open into a nice wide forward fold. I like to move my glutes off to the side, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Who doesn't need a foot stretch and a neck stretch? So why not throw that neck in there? And now bring it into circles. You can bring forward and up if you'd like. And then we're just going to hold. I don't love coming forward like this. I think a lot of people come into that deep rounding position coming forward. If you'd like to, and you feel comfortable there, feel free. I'm gonna keep my hands behind me and slowly but surely try to bring my entire pelvis forward along with my back, while still opening through my shoulders because my arms are back. So you find what works for you. 2, 1. Then the legs come back out in front of us. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Moving them inside of the ball and socket joint where our hip meets our leg. 2, 1. Awesome work. We're gonna cross one leg over the other. Give it a nice hug. Breathing in and out. Should feel a nice stretch through your glute, the outer part of your leg. And feel free to sit back a little bit. Inhaling and exhaling. And come forward. We cross that leg over, we push it up into a figure 4. So now we were in hamstrings, now we're in a little bit more hips and glutes with a little bit of quads thrown in there as well. Side to side, and stop in the middle. We're gonna come into fire log, so one leg stacked on top of the other. If you're up here, if you're a little off to the side, that's perfectly fine. Feel free to put a pillow in here to make it a little more comfortable. But we're just gonna focus on opening. I like to sometimes rub my top foot, open up through there a little bit while I have my legs in this pose, give my feet a little bit of love. We're gonna hold for 3, 2, 1. Cross both legs on top of each other, cow face pose. You can feel free. So we have the left leg down, so we'll bring the left arm down. We can come into cow face arms. Opening through our entire body in one way or another. We inhale and we exhale. Good work. Now we bring the one leg back. We come into a 90-90 pose. And now I want you to focus on lifting and lowering this back leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Awesome work. Now we're gonna walk over and over. Good job, just finding some movement, letting our inner thigh in the back open, flex through that foot. And if it feels accessible to you, you can come up and we all bring it down and together. We'll meet in the middle in another little butterfly pose. Reset the breath, reset the nervous system, reminding ourselves that we're safe, even if it's challenging, and even if there's magnetiles falling down the stairs. And bring your legs out. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex for 3 and 2. Last 1. And we bring the other leg over and give it a nice hug. Whew. Feel free to give it a little shake side to side if that feels good. I tend to have a tender tailbone, so that doesn't work as well for me, but you find what feels good for you. Then we press up into a figure 4, whereas this, it feels really good for me to get movement in. So as you're doing exercise, as you're doing anything in life, learn how to do it and then modify it to fit your needs. So as you're learning how to stretch, learn about your body, learn how your body feels in different positions, and then keep what works and get rid of what doesn't. 2. Last 1. And drop. Fire log pose. Again, I like to rub my foot, so I'll come over to the other side, give especially the arch of my foot some love. I tend to get a little bit of plantar fasciitis when I'm on my feet a lot, so this is a very nice way to make sure that I'm opening through that tissue. Also helps distract from that serious tightness that I feel in my hips when I'm here. And we're back into cow face pose. So now left arm is up, right arm is down, and open. For 3, 2, 1, and release through the arms. Left leg comes forward. I hope you're feeling good. I hope this is starting to give you a boost, give you some energy, bring you back into your body. And now we're gonna bring it over and over. So if the coming up doesn't feel good for you, feel free to stay moving, to bring yourself forward. And then we're gonna lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I forgot this on the other side, but it's harder. You can also feel free to start to learn how to lift a little backwards here. I still struggle with that 6 months postpartum, so that one doesn't work for me, but feel free to add it in if it feels good for you. And bring it down. Now, we're going to switch behind, bring our legs back behind us, and now we're going to tuck our toes under, stretching through our feet, through our calves, through our quads as we're sitting down. Another good time to come back into your body. Roll through our wrists. Bring our hands up and down. Whatever you feel helps get you through the sensation in your feet and keeps this fun and light and playful as yoga should be. And bring it down. I'm gonna have us come up. Feel free to come all the way up to standing. Whoop. Or to just tuck your back leg and work on stretching through our quad. You can also do this laying down on your side if you don't feel like coming up onto your leg at all. Totally understand that. And then we lean forward and forward to stretch through our calf. Forward and forward. Beautiful. We'll switch sides. Other leg comes forward, other leg comes back. We find our balance. Just like in life, it takes a second. We give ourselves that second that we need to find our balance, and then we move. For 3, 2, last 1. And if you're up for it, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I always like finishing with a little Malasana squat opening through my entire lower body, relaxing through my pelvic floor as we take one big deep breath in and out. 2 more, in and out. Last one, we breathe in and out. I hope that you enjoyed this practice and that it served you well when you were looking for some rest, for some restoration, but still to move your body. I hope that you're feeling better physically, emotionally, mentally, that you've reconnected with yourself, whether you have a lot going on, whether you have a little going on. You deserve it.